You're welcome.
If you clicked on this video, then you're into reselling, folks. So you might as well subscribe. Help me reach 7,000 subscribers, as well as share your feedback down below. Let's go to Goodwill and find some goodies to make it cha-ching. I've learned going through Halloween stuff that it sells year-round, especially after Halloween ends. There's still companies and clubs and people trying to find costumes. So don't overlook Halloween stuff. They are worth looking into year-round. Brooks used to be my go-to shoes. I would get them for myself for running, and they're really good when it comes to speed. But for long distance, I now use Hoka more than anything, and also for the comfort of walking around. These Brooks seem to catch my eye, but not when it came to looking up the listings. These were really hard to look for. It took me around 30 minutes, and I only found that they were all listed around the $40 area, but no sold comps. These Air Max Adamus, I think these are 95s. And for $20, they look a little dusty, but that never discourages me from looking more into them. Looking at them and I was like, 20 bucks, but I know they could go for good money, and I look up some comps. You see that bid on the left side? Folks, if you know they're worth money, don't do a bid and have a minimum price and lose out. You put effort and time into listing this stuff, so list it properly. Some things I'm also implementing in my videos to make it easier for me and also for you to follow along, because I do have people asking how much do I think I'm going to make in return. So I got something to add to that, something very simple in my editing, and here it is. So $20 invested, and that's not that I paid for it. It may change along the way towards the end where I tend to put things back. These Air Force Ones definitely caught my eye, and I know some people do really good in them, but it makes me curious to wonder why there's several of these shoes there. And oh my God, $39.99. These are donations, Goodwill, but it's your business. You do what you do, because I'm going to find me some goodies regardless, whether it's at Goodwill, Savers, garage sales, yard sales, etc. Vintage hats doesn't mean that they're worth money all the time, folks. Cobra right here, it is a vintage hat, and a lot of the comps are coming up around $4 to $5. So for $3.99, it's not gonna make me any money at all. So hang loose, hold on tight, well, generously have a grip on what we're about to find, because it gets better. Callaway is a good name to look out for, and people say to keep your eyes out on it. Doesn't mean that you should get it every time. It's a size extra small, and I have trouble trying to sell small hats, even youth hats. But for $4, I'm going to look into it and put it in my cart and check it out later, which I did. And come to find out, it doesn't sell for too much, so I put it to the side.
Tech, transportation, and other growing industries. Sign up today and let Goodwill's veteran career coaches help you get started in a career you'll love. Text jobs to 99001 or visit Goodwill Radio.
I realized that I didn't do some checks. I did the bend and twist check, but I didn't check the pockets inside here. So I'm checking everyone to see if they're okay, because I have burned myself before on a buy, and shoes are non-refundable unless they are fake. So if they're fake, folks, they're not supposed to be allowed to sell any fake. So you could take it back to Goodwill and say, hey, these are fakes, and explain them to them what is fake, and also educate them along the way. So this massager right here, this is good for people that have gout and other issues in the leg, get some circulation going. I came across this at the Benz, but, well, not so much me. A lady had it, but I knew what she had, and she was kind of curiously looking into it. But hers didn't have the legs under here. It didn't have the rubber footing to where it just controls the vibration of the foot, and it doesn't just scratch up your floor. So I'm going to test this out here soon. I did pick up a keyboard because I wanted one for my tablet that I'm using here, but I ended up putting it back. It wasn't one for sale, and it wasn't worth mentioning. And when there is, I will mention it. But there's a lot of keyboards there. There was like 30. So this one's gonna be really easy to check. Power it on at the station. Press the button, and oh, it's vibrating. And it does have several speeds. So for $8, ladies and gents, this is the money maker, and there are several colors, and they're all the same design. That could probably make me another $100, maybe even $140 in sell for that one item. I see that there's a device here, and I've been getting into electronics, and anything with DMR, I've noticed in the Panasonic codes that they are worth looking into. This one has some scratches on the top, And right where I look at the code right here, I also realized that the flap is gone. So it doesn't have the remote and it doesn't have wiring. So even though it's half off and it would have been $4, that was enough items to not be working for me to pass on it. ACG is always one you want to look into, but I will say for shoes and boots, it all depends, but everything depends, and you always got to do your checks. And you're going to see here that I am checking this one hard because I can't find information on it. But what's pretty cool about this is that I see that it has the pants that are matching to go with it. The tags here at Goodwill lets you know if they go together. Some people switch up the tags to where it was only one item and not both, and then you're double charged, say that 19 if you decide to get them. But what I end up finding out that these ACG layer 3s, the comps that I just showed you, are actually not the ones that go to this jacket. I kept seeing the 3 in the pants, and I'm assuming now that that's the size of the pants and the jacket. So doing all my little checks, I really want to get this, but I don't know the comps on it. And just because of what I love to find and have sold in the past doesn't mean it works for everything. So I'm doing every little check: zipper, pockets, velcro, which is one thing for new resellers on eBay. More than anything, there is a viral list, and this is where I find the name of Climate Fit Max, and that's where I end up finding the actual comps of this jacket. So that alone for $20, maybe selling it for $60, is not enough for me to make. I've been asking my viewers, what's a good turnaround for what I invest and should return? And they say the minimum should be 3 times the amount. So going through the apparel, folks, Barbell apparel is one you should look out for. Now look how much stuff I come across, and you'll be amazed how much was there. So when I see something like this that I'm very familiar with, I keep looking for more of it. And once you find 2, maybe you'll find 4, 5, 6. You never know. Maybe it just might be one item, but I love this brand. And it's a really good seller, especially the pants. If you find them brand new with tags, they could sell up to like 130, 140 bucks. Minimum, if you just want a quick turnaround and find some Barbell used jeans, you could easily sell it for $30, and they should be a fast flip. So there's another shirt, and they're $4 each. Lo and behold, another Barbell, and these are hypnotic designs through Barbell apparel. They're growing more and more. This is the brand I personally know and familiar with from when I was back in Hawaii, and it's He Is Greater Than I. For $4, this is a bread and butter shirt, and I'm thinking I could sell it for around 24 bucks because it's black and white. It's one of the original colors they had, and it's also just a classic colorway. Now here we go, folks. This just took me by surprise. I noticed the price tag on this, and I saw that there was another tag of Under Armour and another one. And I want to show you the prices of what they're getting these for. You could go to Ross and get these for a lot less. But come on, folks, at Goodwill. Again, $14.99. Ay, ay, ay. Some things I don't get it, folks. Like your prices, but some of them are too much. And what we sell things for is different because we actually buy this stuff. So that's my little 2 cents on that, okay, Goodwill? But I still love you for the opportunities that you created for me over the years, because not everything that you have and you have a price listed for, like all the Barbell shirts that I just found, this one had a smudge, and although the retail tag showed that it sells for $58, doesn't mean that it actually sells for that much. And for that reason, those 2 little flaws, I put it back, but mainly because of that smudge. And also, white is one of those colors that I'm just not comfortable with, especially selling. But folks, look at that guy over there. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see the back of his shirt? I'm about to show you here in a second, folks. Stay tuned. So with this, folks, it is always easier to take off the hangers so that way you don't back up the line. I hate turning around in line. That's also an unwritten rule. When you're in line and you know that there's people behind you, do not turn around. I love reselling this brand, and it also looks very familiar. Cha-ching! And just like that, folks, within an hour and a half, invested $48 and should make over $250 in sales. Cha-ching!